I'm Saoirse.
I am Odin.
And we are here today to show you the Fairy Place wool felting ornament kit. We've got a few designs. You have the option of making a small mushroom house. You can do it in red, you can do it in purple. The kit comes with 5 colors.
Should be fun, should be good. Excited.
Yeah, we can hop on in, take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here are our first thing in the kit. It's 5 colors. We've got red, green, white, purple, brown. So you really have the freedom to do whatever you want, which is what Odin is doing. But I made here a red mushroom, and you can also make a purple mushroom. I put some green spots on this guy, some white spots on this guy. We'll make the classic one today. So here are the wool balls. They're actually dryer balls, so you might be familiar with them if your parent or guardian uses them in their laundry routine. But it's basically just raw wool that has kind of been compacted together, creates this ball shape. If your ball has been misshapen in your kit, you can actually just completely make it round again by rolling it in your hands. These are actually already pretty round. But yeah, it'll just reattach the fibers and make it a little bit more solid. We've got 2 here. And then at the bottom of the kit, we have your needle. So please be very careful. They're really sharp, so the needle is facing up. And if you just want to grab it right when it comes out, so it doesn't poke you. This is a 38 gauge needle. It's pretty much for your average type of felting. The higher you go, the finer the needle, the lower you go, the more coarse it'll be. So this is pretty average. You can do a good amount of felting work with it. So yeah, should we just start with the mushroom?
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
great.
just get into felting.
So I'm gonna take a big chunk of red. Now you don't want to use the entire lot because we're gonna make a small rim for the mushroom cap. So if you take a good 2/3 of it maybe, and what you're gonna do is just kind of spread it out a little bit and then roll it in a ball in your hands. So it can be a loose ball, but basically what you're trying to do is make something that you can turn into a flat circle that you'll attach to the top of the ornament here. So once you have your loose ball, you can just kind of tear it outwards. You can do a lot of cleanup work in your felting, but it's nice to kind of have a good circular start to it. How's yours looking?
I found that I was pressing too hard, so
sure.
You gotta do a little soft.
Yeah, the harder you press, the more you're attaching those fibers.
Yeah, don't want to do
So
that.
yeah, loose ball if you can. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a little hole in its center so that you can bring the hanger through. You're just gonna pat it in around. This is a fluffy little guy here that we've got happening. How's yours looking?
It's coming along.
Okay. You can turn it into an abstract.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, I turn it abstract.
Okay, love
I'll try following along though.
Yeah.
See
No, that's good.
how
And
it goes.
making the flat circle technique gives you a lot of extra wool to play around with. So you can attach more, take off less, or more. Okay, so we're gonna flatten it down. And then I like to attach starting at the edge of the cap here. So what we're doing here, it's, a piercing technique. So basically you're taking the needle and you're just piercing it directly inward. And you're attaching the edges of the red fiber into the wool ball. And you'll know it's working if you hear that kind of click click sound. And yeah, you'll basically see these kind of like dots, which is the connection point between the raw wool and the ornament. You can cover those by kind of bringing it down and under, but I kind of like that detail.
Do you have to felt every inch of it, or
No.
do you just have to do like the edges?
Yeah,
Or what's the?
It's really your preference how attached you want it to be or how puffy you want it to be. You can even see on the gnome Santa here I did less felting. You can see it's kind of more raw wool. And I created the lip of the hat by felting inwards there.
Yeah.
But here on these, it's a little bit more felted detail.
Mhm.
You can see the dots underneath.
A little matted.
Yeah, it really just depends how compact you want your mushroom or Santa or abstract item. Okay, we're getting closer now. We'll attach the mushroom cap lip. So you're gonna basically take this reserved amount of red wool and you're gonna cut that in half just in case that the amount that you want doesn't fit all the way around, which yeah, it fits about half. So what you're gonna do is you can actually attach the fibers quickly by rolling it in your hand and making it a little bit more tight and compact. It kind of takes a lot of the work out of piercing it over and over again, so you can kind of create a little bit more of a already tight little rope there. So you can attach it from the bottom and the top to keep this smoothness here. You just attach at the top of the lip. So this isn't the wool that I got in Peru, but I did get a lot of wool in Peru. I don't know if Simone told you.
Oh no, she brought some.
She
back.
brought some home too, of course.
She like shoved her backpack full of it on her way back.
Totally.
Yeah.
You might know Simone from the other Sulip Fix videos.
Yes.
She is my best friend, and we went backpacking in Peru last year, and we came across this shop that had just walls and walls of this. And I don't know why at the time it really felt like this was the only place in the world we could buy wool. I was like, we need to buy all of it immediately. And we did. We bought a lot of it.
Yeah.
We bought so much of it. Well, it was all, I bought an unreal amount of llamas.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh, those are cute though. Those are cute.
Oh my god, they were incredible. So we ended up shipping some stuff back because we only had our backpacks.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't really have that much. Okay, how's yours coming along?
It is coming along.
Okay, very good.
See, I have the brim,
Oh
but
yeah.
I only need that much. Is there?
Yeah, you might be
Should I
able to
just-
rip it.
Yeah.
Or you could rip it in half this way and then fold it over.
Oh, I think I might do that. So
That's the
There we
beauty
go.
of wool. You
Yeah.
can just
you
really
can really do whatever you want. There we go.
even put it in your hands
Oh
again
yes,
for
I'll have to do
attachment.
that. It's good. See, and it's the same. It's the same length.
That's perfect. While you finish that up,
Yeah.
I can start chatting about the
Yeah.
dots.
Yeah.
Okay. What color dots should we do? Is green too
Oh.
crazy? What? White?
Green's fun.
Yeah, I think green. We can do both.
Yeah, I'll do. Maybe I'll do purple.
Okay, perfect.
Do green.
You don't need too much because, well, it depends on what size you would like your spots. But you basically do the same technique of rolling it in your hand. So it's just however big or small you want it. This is a really big dot, so you can take even a smaller amount if you want, but just make it really, really tight in your hands. Attach those fibers. And then you just basically choose a spot on your mushroom and you just have at it. You can do the same technique of attaching the rim, which is just really going around the sides to allow the smoothness of the wool to still be in the center of the dot. Because we could stop somewhere here and leave it kind of bulbous, or we could keep going and really attach it in there, flatten it to the mushroom. Something a little bit more like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there.
Nice. Take your time. Oh, even smaller. No, we're just gonna keep going. So, God, I just keep making them really big. I'm gonna rip this one in half. Tight, 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 tight. Something like that. And same technique of attaching.
You get so hyper focused on
I know. It's hard to do it. I'm like already not a great multitasker, but to, you know, the idea of like a knitting circle and stuff, it's like I'm so focused on what I'm doing, I like can't communicate with other people while I'm trying to craft. Okay, so let's see. Okay, did a pretty good job of keeping it centered. The first one I did was a little bit lopsided. So I'm gonna make the door now. I'll make my door purple. Yeah, that'll be cute. So if you just take a small pull of the purple, we're gonna make a small oval shape in our hand. So it's basically the same technique of rolling a little ball, and then you can kind of finish it off by going a little back and forth. It's a big door. A big door for little people. I need even less. These are very, very tiny people living in here. So yeah, I basically kind of made a loose oval shape here, and I'm gonna attach it to where I want my door. So it's somewhere like that. And you can kind of move your lip of the mushroom cap a little bit up to create a little arch over your door. But this one we're gonna wanna attach as flush to the ornament as we can, a little bit less puffy. And to kind of clean up those edges, you can just pierce in from the side. But the longer you pierce, the more the fibers will attach to each other and compress, flattening it to the ornament.
Does adding more or less pressure make a difference when you're felting, or?
For me, what I found is it's more about speed. That, you know, you don't want to pierce too hard or with too much force and go too deep, because you really don't have to work too hard to attach the wool. It's more just about speed and being careful, you know?
Is it more like the amount of times you pierce?
Yeah, yeah. It's more just about the patience of if you want something more attached like this, you just have to keep on keeping on. And if you're more comfortable with something a little bit more puffy, then you can really just attach from the sides. So we have our little shape here of the door, and you can make a little outline on the house or the door and make a little knob by taking some of the smoke colored wool and doing the same technique of just rolling it in your hands, making a really thin little strip here, and you can just basically outline the door.
I think I'm gonna go avant-garde and make a mushroom man instead, if that's okay.
Is that gonna be his mustache?
No, this is gonna be his eyes.
Oh, okay.
He will have a mustache now.
Okay.
I think in the purple variety.
Oh. Yeah. If you want to do something with more detail, I would suggest just
really going at it.
Really going at it. Yeah.
Right.
But again, if you're looking for an abstract gnome man, I want you to follow your heart.
Yeah. All right.
And now we're going to be making our knob, which requires even less. The tiniest ball we've made yet. Okay, so it looks really big when you place it on here. But the more we pierce, the smaller it's gonna get. Because we're just basically piercing those fibers deep into the ornament. Not a perfect circle, but something that resembles a small knob for a very, very small being, very small person.
Oh, that's nice. That's so nice.
And now we're kind of moving on to our last step, which is making the chimney. You get your piece of wool, you kind of make that same sort of little snake that we've been making before, and you can roll it around your finger to create a little ring shape. And then you just choose where you want it on your house, and you attach it through the rings with your needle. It doesn't really need too much work. You're basically just creating the illusion of an extra little bump on your house. And then you're gonna take some of your smoke here. Depends on how big of a fire you think the gnomes have going on inside.
They're going crazy.
They're going crazy. It's a freezing cold winter in their Christmas tree. So basically you want a lot of the raw wool to come up from the ornament to create the smoke effect. You don't want to attach the fibers. At least I want it to be a wildfire in there. So you basically can attach the smoke just at the base into the chimney. Now it doesn't need too many moments to attach. You can just kind of do it really loosely in there, make sure the base is in there. And there you go. There's your little house.
It's beautiful. Now I feel like I should have done that house.
No, because your little man can shrink himself magically and go into the house.
Yeah, good.
Oh my god, it actually looks so good. The eyebrows.
I need one more eyebrow when I'm done.
Okay, I'm gonna do, so some of the work you can do If you want to leave it a little more loose, that's totally fine. If you want to kind of clean up the frays here, you can either go in with the scissors and softly cut it off, or you can just continue piercing to get those kind of flyaways in. You know, if you see here at the bottom, there's like, you can see the attached kind of frays. If you just continue to pierce them up and in.
I think I was a little worried. I think that the fire got a little too big in the house.
Oh, he's like, oh
Oh, jeez. What happened?
no! It looks like he's blowing it out.
Yeah. He's good. He's good.
Oh my god, it looks so good. You have 2 ornaments to kind of experiment, so if you want to go a little bit more traditional for the first one and a little bit more abstract for the second one. Oh, love that.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Love the purple
No,
mustache.
I think I could do a little more.
Okay, yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, we'll keep going on this one.
Yeah, and it's one of those things you can just really take your time and...
I've found that it's a lot easier once you start going, because you see how the wool interacts with the needle, and I don't know how to explain it, but once you start going, it is really
you get a feel for it. The wool kind of tells you where it wants to go. Yeah, and you just kind of let the needle do its thing. When you're packing up, just be sure to put your needle back in your jar so that it doesn't poke. Let yourself explore the options you have with all your colors. You can make a house. The other one, you can make this little person.
Yeah.
Or you could make, you know, any sort of abstract design. You have a lot of colors here to play with. Thank you all so much for joining us.
I hope you guys had as much fun as we did.
Yeah, and have a really happy holiday and enjoy crafting.